Hello again, this is BGFH. Welcome back to Illegally Cited, and believe it or not, actually take two for the recording of this video. We have one building left to go through. We're continuing our tour through the Crater Lake Tower City so far, and so far I've gone through all the buildings. We've gone through the park and the streets. We've gone through all the buildings over there, the city hall, the shopping center, and we just the last time we left off, we went through the courthouse, police station, fire station, prison building up there, which is probably one of my favorite buildings in the city. We have one building left, and that is the movie theater, casino, hotel. So we have the residence building over there, and this is where a lot of the visitors to the city can come in and stay and have entertainment. And of course, residents can also come here as well and check out the theater and the casino itself. So yeah, like I said, I actually recorded this video once earlier, only to discover after walking through the whole thing and wrapping up the series that it didn't record. So I moved all the other videos into a folder until they were ready for upload, and yeah, I noticed that this one wasn't there. So like I said, take two. Here we go again. So this is the, you may have noticed in one of the earlier videos, when I did an earlier revision of this city, you saw this just stone building that was sort of just sitting here with nothing happening to it. And this, I didn't really know what to do with it. As I was completing the hospital and that over there, I was like, what do I want to make this last building? I thought about making it a church at one time, or some sort of like temple sort of deal. But then when I was talking to Jawbreaker, he's like, well, you don't really need to do that if you don't want to, because, you look over there, we took a tour, co-op tour of his, that's what this is supposed to be, that huge tower over there, that big temple thing that he had built. So, this town is close enough, so they can just walk on over there and use that, just like any other residents in the nearby area can come by my city and make use of its shops and services and whatnot. So instead of doing that, I toyed with another sort of, he's like, well, maybe an entertainment building. And I'm like, yeah, it's not a bad idea. What do I want to put in there? So I put a movie theater in there, and I thought, well, let's have a hotel for actual out-of-town guests. And then I came up with the crazy idea of, let's try to maybe I'll put a casino in there. And really wasn't sure how that was going to work, but I'll talk about that more when we get to the casino floor. So we're going to start by, we actually have two entrances to this building. We have the kind of the main front entrance to the theater level here. And if you want to bypass that and directly go to the hotel and the casino, you can go down this path, and there's a door on the at the end of this street here, which I will show you shortly. But for now, we're going to walk in past this these benches here with the flowers in the middle, right by our shopping center, our public shopping center entrance. And we are going to go into the movie theater. Now, in one of the recent versions of Minecraft, might even been the most recent version as of the recording of this video, they introduced the stained glass, which is a feature. I've shown it to you in a couple of different places, like right outside the shopping center, a couple of minor little places here and there. I think I had put in a couple pieces in, but here's where I make a huge use of that. So I kind of also have went through and throughout this whole building have used sort of a cohesive color scheme here. So I use a lot of the orange, white, and the blue, and that's where I also use that for the fairly recently added colored clay, the dyed clay. And before I go in, actually, one of the things I should mention that I really didn't before is that, I've focused a lot on the interiors and making each of these buildings have a purpose. But I did touch on it a little bit in the City Hall video, is I really did try to, we just have a whole bunch of these big towers, and they're just big colored or big gray, big brick boxes. So try to think of a way to basically separate them and make each one of them look different while still just being this big rectangular box. The City Hall one, I talked about how I made that. You see the courthouse building here has got the brick, and then it's got the little gray brick kind of staircases things kind of jutting out to make little roofs on each level, on each floor there. For the shopping center, you've got the cool little checkerboard blue and white thing going on. That looks like almost like a Walmart-esque shopping style thing to me. The buildings across here, they just, all of them have subtle different patterns. Some of them are similar because they're just big gray buildings, but they're actually the apartment is pretty bland, but other than that, all of them have some other sort of design to them. So again, because this building is a little bit flashier, like I said, you got the casino, you got the theater. It's wanting to draw your attention, get you in there. I kind of went with the clay and the glowstone, kind of did this sort of pattern that matches the theme that you're going to see now inside. So we're going to go in finally. On the left here, we've got our ticket counter for the theater. You come in, you tell them what show you want to see, and you get your ticket. And so the floor here was a unique experiment. Jawbreaker, after this stained glass had come out, he was playing with a path leading up to his temple, trying a couple redesign ideas. And I liked sort of what he was going for in a couple of different ways, and so I thought, well, let's do my own take on that. So we have the glowstone, a row of glowstones set one deep, and then on top of that, you have the colored stained glass, which actually still keeps the floor really nice and well lit, but gives it some color and just doesn't rely on the same wool or carpet again. So again, this is a more flashy building, so it works. And you notice that when you come in right here, you notice that you have the trim all around. That's what's going to be for the orange there. But using the blue and white, I've kind of come up with this kind of a neat little, it looks like an arrow pointing you in, like, hey, come on in there. There you go. And on the left side, it just kind of continues the pattern off into the corner. Nothing over to the left here other than the entrance to the door for the ticket counter. But then it branches off to the right, and we go into the main lobby proper. So it kind of continues the right side of the arrow, dun, 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 and then it merges into a giant diamond-shaped pattern where you can't maybe see it. You got to look a little bit closer to notice it now because there's so much stuff on top of it. But yeah, it merges into this giant diamond pattern that makes up the vast majority of this open floor here. And so as you're walking in from the entrance, on the right hand side you have an employees only section here. This is where they keep all the supplies for their concession stands, which as an employee you come back here, and now we're working back here behind the concessions. People come back here to get, your popcorn, your candy, whatever it is you want to grab. You get some hot food there. There's still some furnaces there for cooking some, little pizzas or whatever. I'm actually getting kind of hungry. Yeah, so that's the concession area. And there's a couple areas in this building that, because they're employees only and you don't really want people in there, I might change these doors to the iron ones and have the actual little switches, because they're supposed to be more secured employees only things there. So like I said, there's your diamond, and then we have this little section here that's not really part of that, but right in front of the concession stand. Got our own little pattern there in front. But this is where the public would come in and pick up their snacks before and during the show. And originally I just had, the other thing that I did in this building is I used this orange wood instead of just the regular brown stuff. I forget what this wood is called, but yeah, they had this orange colored wood, and I thought, that's something different. It'll match the, then I kind of coordinated that with like the orange glowstone and that, and came up with my own little colored theme for this sort of floor. And originally I just had these wooden pillars here just to add some support and some decoration to the middle. And when I showed off this building, when I had it almost done, I showed it to Jawbreaker, and he's like, "Oh, that's cool. Let's try, let's continue your theme of the glowstone and your stained glass." And he made this pillar here, which has got the stained glass panes and the full blocks with the glowstone in the middle. And I thought it looked actually pretty cool. So finished that up and then ran with that whole look and replaced the pillars here. We've got 4 pillars for each major corner of the diamond here, and then we have a blue one in the middle to match our orange and blue theme here. And I really like the blue one. I especially the little panes in the corners there. Kind of, Jawbreaker, when he saw it, he's like, "That actually kind of looks like water." I'm like, "Yeah, it kind of does." And that looked pretty cool. So just made some fancier pillars, more decorative, and just stuck with the theme there. So just got some seating areas out here, people waiting for their show or waiting for other people to show up. There you go. Movie posters there. Try to use some of the larger paintings here, but I got a few of those scattered throughout the lobby. Now I'll show you some of the movie theaters themselves. So here we have a theater. There are 4 theaters in this complex. And here's our kind of our white theater screen with our glowstone kind of lighting on either side. It's still kind of a dark. I like the way we got this to work. Again, one of the struggles that I had was lighting this thing, keeping it dark enough to make it look like a darker theater, but also making it functionally lit enough so that things would actually work. One of the things that, see, originally, you come in, you can go and choose your seat, and you just have to walk in and sit down. You can only get in this way. Originally, I had it where you had stairs going up here on the right-hand side as well. So you had a way to get up on both sides of the theater. But we had a lighting problem. So Jawbreaker and I kind of had to work on it a little bit. I asked him for some help on it, trying to figure things out. And the way that Minecraft lighting works, it's a little weird. So, lighting can go straight forward, straight back. It can go left and right. It can go up and down, straight up and down. But it can't, you notice I have the lighting here, and it's straight, it's on the floor shooting up. But what it can't do is it can't go out diagonally. So visually it looks like it could, but as far as functionally the way Minecraft works, it can't work that way. So what we had to do is this block will shoot the light up a little, but then we had to stagger the seating so that you notice there's another glowstone block underneath these rows of planks here. So, just to give you a little lighting lesson here, but that's how it had to work, is that you had to go up, and for the light to go out and light the things out in front of it, the lighting from this glowstone where my crosshair is, it has to go straight out. So in order to make that work, we staggered the seating, got rid of the other steps up on the other side here, and it kind of has a couple of benefits actually. So now we have enough lighting where the spaces right in front are lit up enough. A little dark here, we might be in a little bit trouble in the middle, but we do that, and then heat storm. And then also we have the benefit of, now that the seats are staggered, if you're sitting here and your seats are offset a little bit with each row going up a little bit, you don't have somebody else's big head in the way. You know, you're staggered enough where you're always going to get a good view. So in the theater, functionally, it kind of gives you this added little benefit. And in between, you notice in between each of these seats, these are actually gates. Kind of looks dumb closed, but when you open them up like that, it kind of serves as armrests. So just adding that little bit of detail in there. So that's one of our theaters. And I will point out, look at the ceiling here. It's kind of amusing. The casino is the next floor up. And when I was done, when I actually started to work on the casino, and I came back down here to double check these, I noticed that some of this is a Minecraft lighting thing, but there's glowstone, and then there's stuff on top of it. You know, I've put stuff on top of the glowstone on the carpet. And it's normally this wood would look normal, but with just the way that some weird lighting glitches in Minecraft are, you notice some of these weird patterns here. That's just the way it looks, and you just kind of ignore that. So if you've noticed that, that's why the ceilings look a little bit strange. So we go to the back of the theater here, and now we have another theater on the other side. But before we wander through there, we have, this is our projector room. So these are, I really had no idea how I would make a projector, and I just kind of whipped something together, but I think it works. Got the little stair things there, the little computery part, a little glowstone for our flash. I might even turn that into a beacon, not sure. And then a little glass for a big lens. So, you know, you get the idea. Probably not the most elegant, but this is like the last thing that I did in this building, because I just couldn't think of something simple. But I could not think of how I wanted to make a projector. And then over here we've got, again, we walk out to the main hall, the main lobby here, but this maybe should be a iron door with restricted access, because this is employees only. And this is where we keep our movies that we can then put in the projectors. So got those right next door, so functionally that's there. And so now we'll go into the other theater on this side of the complex. Again, same exact design. So we've got our staggered seating, got our lighting there, looking pretty good. Got our big theater screen, widescreen there, and a little bit of goofy lighting up on the ceiling. And let's see, okay, we'll go out here. So that's 2 theaters. Okay, and then we'll walk across the hall. Like I said, I'm not going to spend a whole lot of time in these other ones, but this is, like I said, all of it is, I found a theater design. I really worked on perfecting the one, and then just replicated all these other 3 and made them work. So again, you got your little lighting things up there, but yeah, you got your staggered seating, your lighting there. Wait, did I miss? No? Okay. So that is a theater, one of the other theaters here. We come to the back of it, and we've got another projector room. We've got another movie storage area. Again, that maybe is staff only, so you probably want to change that door. And our final of the 4 theaters here. Again, same exact layout and design. There you go. I actually liked how that turned out. I think that worked out pretty well. So that is the theater section. Now here at the back of the theater, I was thinking about any little thing that I could add to kind of wrap up and finish this building. And I thought, you know, we don't have any like arcades or anything. So came up with the idea of, we got some small little cabinets over here, just some upside down staircases with little paintings here to represent the screens. And we got some levers here. There we go, little joysticks there. And then on the other side we've got a couple other machines. Now unfortunately I found out that you cannot put a button on a horizontal flat surface. So this empty white space here, I can't put a button there. I can put it on a wall, a vertical surface, but I can't put one. It's just a Minecraft restriction, so I can't put one here. So we've got a big fighting game right here. You notice some of the paintings like the Donkey Kong and the fighting game here. So I turned this painting into a fighting game. We got two, instead I can't put buttons again, so I just used two different joysticks. So you got two joysticks for the left player, two sticks for the right. Yeah, there you go. Another little small machine there. And you got a couple arcade cabinets. Down this hallway here, we've got the men's and women's bathrooms. Nothing special there, just bathrooms. This is a back staircase up to the casino and hotel. So you know, if you're already checked in and you want to come down and catch a show, you don't have to go through the main entrance. You can just come down and come through this way, and it's just another way. You don't really want to just have one staircase in a huge building this big. You want to have a couple staircases to get around in. So now I'm going to take you through, that is the movie theater section. Got the, like I said, the big old diamond-shaped lobby there. And then come up with a little, again, another little pattern that just blends off of that from the floor there. Another little pattern leading up to the hotel area. So I'm going to come back here in a minute. We're going to walk outside for just a second here. And I'll fly up just to make it a little quicker for you. So again, when I started the video, we were starting from right here. And we went in that entrance over there. And now we can take a left, go down this road. We got our hedges here, nice decorative greenery there, and some benches on a couple places. And here is where, if you just want to go to the casino and the hotel, you can come back here. And you come to the hotel lobby. So you come in, you got this nice chandelier there, and you have, I played with the idea of putting some big paintings up there, but I didn't really like it, and I didn't want to leave it blank, and then I thought, well, let's just go with the whole kind of garish, you know, over the top, glowy thing of a casino, the theme of a casino, and I went with these big, I made some dollar signs out of glowstone there, and put them in there. Cheesy, but it kind of works. Something you might find in a casino. I'll fly back down here. Got a couple of other little arcade cabinets, a nice little skull machine there, and a big, huge, you know, we had to use the Donkey Kong painting as an actual arcade cabinet, so you get this ginormous widescreen Donkey Kong machine there. A little seating place. You can wait for your party to come down or wait to check in. You have your reception desk here. You can check in and get things taken care of there. And there's the other doorway we just came from the theater going into the casino. So on either side of the check-in desk, we've got some wide staircases going up. You got a half a flight, you go up, and then you go directly, you just turn around and you go right above the reception desk in this really wide staircase up into the casino itself. So this, when I originally decided to do a casino, I mean, I like the idea, but I was like, how in the heck am I gonna make a casino? You know, just with the, you know, with the types of blocks that you have in Minecraft, how can we represent slot machines and casino games and whatever else? And I will say it turned out far better than I imagined, and I'm really liking what I ended up coming up with a couple little tweaked ideas from Jawbreaker, which I'll point out here. So let's see this casino. Let's walk up here. And this is our casino floor. Again, we're using our stained glass. Again, we're using our kind of gradient from our orange to our blue there. We've got some orange and yellow and white and light blue, dark blue kind of thing. So I use that on this floor up in the front and over by the restaurant, which you'll see shortly. And when you walk into the casino, you got your arched doorway, and you come in, and you have your main path is this red carpet, fancy red carpeting with the solid gold trim on either side. It's got to look pretty fancy, you know, rich casino. And then what I did to keep things simple but a little bit more decorative and not so bland is each little section I use just a different checkerboard pattern. So I've got, like, on the left as you come in, you've got your dark blue, light blue carpeting checker pattern. On the right hand side with our table games, which I'll talk about shortly, we've got your dark gray and kind of a green checkerboard, which works. And then up a little bit more forward here, we have a light gray and kind of a cyan or a different kind of blue pattern there. So kind of cheesy looking, but definitely fits, I think, the way a casino would look, and still has an overall consistency to it. And again, because it's a casino, we have really just solid uniform lighting. There's not any fancy lighting per se. It's just, you don't want people to know what time of day it is. You don't want any windows. You don't want dark areas or whatever. It's just uniformly, we've just got, light space. It's just all solid lighting there. Really bright, really making you forget what time of day it is and just keep you gambling for as long as possible. So, as we come in from the main casino entrance here, a few years ago, I think it was in 2001, I had gone down to Vegas with some college friends for the CES show, Consumer Electronics Show. And we went, and while we were down there, looked at a bunch of the casinos and stuff on the Strip. And one of them, I remember having a giant slot machine. They had somebody manning it, and as you come into the casino, every customer, every patron, they could come in, and you get one free spin and try to win like a buttload of money, a huge jackpot worth of money. You get one free spin, and no, unfortunately, you didn't win. But I wanted to put something like that in here. So this is use these little frames here and put some of those like different color like the golden apples and all these different things in there. So yeah, got this big slot machine to start the casino. And then you continue down on the left, and I really like how these are the slot machines, obviously, here. And I like how these turned out. Basically what I did is I just took, again, the command block here, whatever we want to call it, I forget what it's called. And I use that for the computery looking part. Staircase on the bottom for a little stand. And then on the top, the same kind of color little slab up there for the top part is decoration. And for all of these, I just used, you notice I used different color staircases, different color slabs. So, each one of these, they just have their own theme. You walk through a casino, you got a whole bunch of one-themed games, or you got a couple of these, and you walk down, they're all pretty much the same, but they are, they all just have their own little theme. So yeah, that's what we get. And here's one of the ideas that Jawbreaker came up with that I thought worked beautifully, and I never would have thought of. So again, like in the front here, I use these little frames. And at the time, I didn't have anything in them. I had the building pretty much done. I was just touching it up. But I wanted a little bit of feedback on a few things from Jawbreaker just to give me a couple ideas. And originally, I was just going to put, more apples and maybe some swords or armor in just to represent different things or different little items on the screen. And he ended up coming up with the idea, these things in the middle here are actually powered railroad or powered rails that I really haven't used in any of my projects yet. So I really like how that turned out, because what it looks like is there are rails turned on their side, and you notice there's like a black area or dark area. So it looks like there are three little things, and it looks like it's spinning. So you can kind of get the imagination that, just use your imagination to say, like, okay, they're just spinning around, and you have three things that you're trying to match, and it still stands out enough. There's still enough contrast to make it look decent. And I think that's way better than just having one thing. And so I really, really like how those slot machines turned out. And I just ran with that the whole way through. So definitely thank you, Jawbreaker, for that idea. That turned out to be really cool looking. So again, we'll head down this way shortly. Got some more slot machines and stuff. But before we go there, as you come in on the right hand side, this is where all of your table games are. Your blackjack, your poker, that kind of thing, in different tiers, different denominations. Some maybe have a $20 minimum, or somebody has, a buy-in or whatever you want to call it. And I'll fly up here just to give you a little, I'll show you from up above. You have the dealer sitting right here in the single seat, the little U part there of the table. And then you have your patrons over here all around the rest of them. So you could play, like I said, poker or blackjack, whatever. And I use different color carpeting to represent like the different types of games or different kind of buy-ins to get into these games. So I've got some green carpeting there for a few tables. Got some orange carpeting, felt top there. Got some red tabletops there. And yeah, there you go. So we've got a whole bunch of table games that people can play. And then we come to the back corner here. It's not a sit-down bar, but when you're gambling or whatever, you can come back here, be a bartender back here, and get you a drink, get you a beer, get you a mixed drink, whatever. Just a little bar, you can come up and get your drink and then continue to go gamble. And then this little area by the bar here, this is another thing that I was kind of asking for some ideas from Jawbreaker, because I couldn't think of how I wanted to make these work. We've got a craps table and a roulette table here. And, with the amount of space that I had to work with and the type of blocks that we have in Minecraft, I think this turned out pretty well. So, you chuck your little ball or whatever, you shove it down the lane there, and it's not round, but it's, you get the idea of what it is there. And then for the roulette table, I never would have come up with this idea. So again, good job, Jawbreaker. You have the area with all the squares on it. So we've got a couple crafting tables here, which we've got the little grids on them. So that kind of represents that area. Now we don't have a wheel because there's not enough space, and B, I can't really make a spinny wheel. So to compensate for the random part of it, with the wheel part, I put in one of these spell tables, enchantment tables here, with a constantly spinny book there. So yeah, you've got your random part there, and you've got your grid there. Again, I never would have, this is where your casino employee would stand back here and run the show. And then you have all of your gamblers come up here and see what they can win. So I never would have come up with this, especially this nice compact design. Never would have come up with that idea. So good job. I can add another game to the casino. So cool. So let's head back over here. This is one entrance to the actual hotel restaurant. And just outside of there, we got another men and women's bathroom. Nothing special, just a bathroom. So let's walk back to the other path again. Walk down our red carpet here. Again, just a whole bunch of different themed casino, whole bunch of themed slot machines there. And same thing on the left. And here is the staircase. Remember in the theater, if I go back down for a sec, this is that hallway down by the theater bathrooms here. So this is what I was talking about earlier. You can come right up here and continue going straight up to the hotel if you wanted to. But for now, we're going to go across from these slot machines and we're going to enter the restaurant. See, again, we are using the same stained glass, sort of orange, yellow, white, blue theme there, little gradient there. And this is another happy accident design that I ended up coming up with. So you walk in, here's your little podium thing. The staff can seat you. And you have all kinds of different tables and booths. So on the left-hand side, all down the side there, we've got a whole bunch of booths that we can sit at here with little tablecloths. In the middle here, originally I had it just all like green carpeting. I'm like, that's just way too bland, especially for a casino. So I stuck with that for the outsides, but in the middle, I thought, well, let's mix things up a little bit. And I came up with this idea of still using the checkerboard pattern that we've used throughout this floor. But I've used, so I got the green and yellow that sort of match, and then I also have the kind of dark gray there. So we're kind of getting another variant of the checkerboard pattern that still works pretty well, and I like it. So in the middle where the checkerboard is, we have different types of seating. We've got a table for 4, table here, and then we've got a small table for 2 right there on the other side of the area. And then they just sort of alternate because we didn't have enough room for, table for 4 all the way around, so we just kind of stagger them and mix things up a little bit. So another big old table for 4, table for 2, another bigger one, and a smaller one. So you got some middle seating there. Now if you come in and you have a big party, you have a couple down the right hand side of the restaurant. You have some really long tables. This is the longest table here. Let's see, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. You can get 10 people on this table. A little yellow tablecloth there. And you can get 2, 4, 6, 8 here. So it's a little bit smaller, but you can get nice big groups coming in and sitting there. Come back here, you got another little table. Let's see, 2, 4, 6. Okay, another table for 8 or whatever. So you can get another few big groups in here, plus some smaller families and groups and stuff. And because of it's a casino restaurant, so of course it has to be a buffet. Nothing else would do. So we have our big buffet table back here. You come back here and you just fill up your tray, and pick stuff up here, and just keep going around, get your dessert over there, whatnot, and then you go take your seat. So that is the restaurant, and back right across from the buffet table there, we got our restaurant's kitchen. Nothing fancy, just a lot of furnaces and some storage and counter space, sinks, storage. All that there. So there you go. There is the casino restaurant. Looks pretty cool. So that is the casino floor. Finally, we'll head up to the hotel to wrap up this building and the city itself. So we're going to go back up the main entrance, or the fancy entrances here, and we're going to continue up a wider staircase, loop back around. And third floor is the hotel. So here we've got a different pattern. We've got some brown carpeting and then around the trim, and then you have kind of a white or a light gray and then a black, like square rectangular, just kind of pattern all the way down this really wide lobby and fancy hallway. So as you come up these stairs, you have your reception area here, your information desk. And then on the right hand side, there's an employees only little room here. And as I'm building all these buildings, I should mention, going into like building any of my projects, like I don't come up with an overall thing of, okay, I need to have this, and this, and this, and I need to have it laid out like a certain way. I may have a vague idea, and I may have a kind of a, like, especially in this tower city, I'm working within a set actual amount of physical space because you're confined to that little crater and fitting all those towers in, and so you kind of just estimate, like, I think this is a good size for this tower, and then you just build and hope it works. At least that's what I've done. And when I'm building like the apartments or hotels, a lot of things where there's just a lot of repeated rooms and stuff like that, a lot of the times what I'll do is, I know, okay, up by the staircase you're going to need a reception area, so I block that off. And then I will start building maybe a couple of different rooms, like for the apartment's case or in this hotel's case. I might build one room and just kind of come up with a design that I sort of like, that has all the things that I know that I'm going to want in there. And then from there, what I'll do is I will just make it like one block high. The wall is one block high, and just kind of map out kind of the overall blueprint of, okay, I did the one room, now let's see how many rooms I can actually make going down this hallway and completing the pattern. And so what happens is a lot of times, I won't be able to fit, like right here, there's a hotel room in the corner here, and I didn't have enough space, so this is not going to be enough room even for like a single hotel room and a little bathroom. So, okay, well then we'll turn this into an employees only, or what other things does a hotel need, So I turned it into that. So let's explore the hotel here. Like I said, in the main lobby here, we've got some chairs by the reception area. I got these pillars here, these orange block wooden pillars with the dark color there and the carpeting that matches the pattern on the floor. And then I decided, well, we need some plant life here. We need some decoration, so did these upside down staircases and put some ferns in a flower pot there and just have them going all the way down this main hallway part. And then you notice, like, in between each of the hotel rooms, I actually just cut out a little bit of the wall. It's still, there's still, this is where the wall would separate the hotel, or each hotel room. And then I just shoved a little flower pot in there. Like I said, just break up the flat wall pattern, not just with paintings and stuff, but found another way to add some detail in there and break up the monotony a little bit and add some decoration. So you walk past the front desk, and on the left side we've just got one major room here, one major entrance. This is, I have them all numbered. We start with 101. And I have a couple of different room designs that I use throughout the hotel. You walk in, and on the right hand side on this one, you've got your little bathroom. You've got, on the left, you've got a little L couch here and a little coffee table. You've got your little dresser. You've got, this is a double room, so you've got two beds side by side, two of the big beds side by side. And then you have a desk in the corner. So not bad digs there. And each hotel room, no matter the size, also has a little walk-in closet. So if you're going to stay here for a while, you can hang up your clothes and put them away, and yeah, got your little walk-in closet there. So that's that's hotel room 101. We'll head back to the offshoot hallway here from the front desk. There's our entrance to the reception. And then we have 102 here. This is a single room. We've got a little chair there, a little dresser. There's our bed, a little couch, and then our walk-in closet. So this is one of the other major patterns that I use. So I've used about 2 or 3 different sort of layouts based on, like, how much room I had to work with when laying out this floor of the hotel. So we'll continue around the corner. Again, this is a room that's by the staircase, so wasn't a whole lot of room here, so I made it kind of an employee supply room. Maybe even like a little, you got the sink for cleaning things, a little wash, maybe do a little laundry there for like the bedding or something. You got your storage there, you can pick up your supplies, your cleaning stuff, your bedding, whatever. So that's what that is. And you go down this little hallway here. Like I said, there's your staircase. If I go down really quick, this is the staircase that was right across from the restaurant entrance there. Go back up. And we'll continue on. So down this way, on the right-hand side in this hallway, there's no rooms at all. There's just Probably could put a painting or two there again to break up the stuff there. But on the left hand side we've got room 103, which is, again, it's a double. There's 2 beds there. We got our chair, our dresser, couch. This one's got a desk. And then you've got your little walk-in closet. Bathroom on the left. Room 104. And again, I'm just using different, most hotels that I've been to, they have like the hallway carpeting or design. And in each room, I think generally has its, it's just, they just share, every room has its own, like, just the same carpeting. But we're fancy. Each room gets its own sort of, own own colored carpeting, just like the apartments, just to keep things less monotonous. So, let's see, what is this? This is a single, not quite as much in this room. We got our chair and our dresser, no desk, but we do have our closet and our bathroom straight ahead there. And here's one of our larger suites in the corner, room 105. Got some light colored, light blue carpeting there. We got a desk as you walk in. Straight ahead and to the left, you've got your bathroom. Then you've got your walk-in closet to the right. And then you turn to the right and you've got this is a double, you got 2 beds there. 2 big beds. And then you have your huge U-shaped seating area for, entertaining a large group of people or, whatever. So, you can socialize and drink and play cards or do whatever you want to do, socialize, drink. That's what I would do. Keep coming down. We've got room 106 on the left. Another double room, 2 beds. Got a desk over there, couch, dressers, and a chair, closets, bathroom, yada yada. You kind of know the drill by now. Going across the hall, directly across to 107. Got some blue carpeting there. Same sort of design, except for a single room right now. Got the chair, the little dresser there, bed, nightstands, desk, and then your closet, bathroom. Closet and a bathroom. Oh, wrong way. Okay, we'll go back out to 108. Almost done here. Another double room, just mixing things up a little bit with the colors. Again, we've seen this floor plan a couple times already. And that's what I've done. Like I said, I just figure out a pattern that works and run with it. Another desk there. This is, what is this, room 109? Yeah, this is another corner room, so it's another nice large suite. We got our desk to the left, we got our bathroom and our closet ahead. And then you've got a larger, different pattern, you got just a coffee table and a couch there, and then a double, it's just a more roomy, not quite as fancy corner room, but fairly large. Okay. And we got room 110. A little different color. Now this whole side of the hotel, these are going to look pretty much all the same. These are single bedrooms, and they're just smaller, and that's what the room I had to work with, and so we went with that. So they're just basically the same exact thing, different carpeting, but you have your dresser, you have your bed, you have a couple of them have desks, and a couple of them just have couches, just to mix things up a little bit. You still have your bathroom, you still have your little walk-in closet, but it's just your small suite or small hotel room there. Getting close to the front again, room 113. Another single hotel room there, closet in the back. And room 114. This is our final hotel room here, another single. So a little bit, again, just playing a little subtle differences in the design, and there we have it. We're back around to the employees only room here off the front by the lobby, and that is our hotel, casino, and theater building. I'll walk you downstairs here out to the front. we'll sneak on through the theater one more time. Just walk through this cool glowstone area here. Oh, one thing I forgot to mention in the front of this theater too is, I said I got the chandelier and the dollar signs up there, but just kind of played with the, I wanted to have something for the floor, just an open floor for the lobby here. And just played with this little red, white, and blue pattern there. Almost kind of looks like a butterfly of some kind, but just this sort of abstract color pattern, just to mix things up a little bit. I thought that turned out pretty well. Excuse me, I've been talking for a while and I kind of need some water. But yeah, so we're heading back through our stained glass floor here, heading back through our theater lobby. Really cool blue pillar in the middle. Big movie posters, concession stands, walking out to the right. There is our ticket counter again. And we are outside. There's our shopping center and our public entrance. We're walking out by our flowers and our benches out here, and that is kind of a wrap. This has been a look at the completed version of the Crater Lake Tower City that I've been working on for off and on for a very, very long time. And really proud, really pleased of how it turned out. I really had no idea what the final product was going to look like. Like I said, I've been working on this thing forever. And as Minecraft has come out with, new updates and tweaks and stuff, even going back to some of the earlier buildings and making some improvements. Like I said, as I'm wrapping up here, I'll just kind of do a flyby, like a outside fly through again, just so you can look at the outside again. But, there's a couple little things I noticed while walking through this with you guys that I either need to fix or I want to tweak a little bit. But nothing that's going to make me want to do another video or video series. This is really going to be the completed version of the walkthrough of my city. And yeah, barring some crazy update that could drastically change a building or something, which I don't really see happening, this is going to be it. And even if some huge update does come where I might think about it, there gets to be a point where I like to say that something is the final version, because, like, take my castle and my castle village, for instance. That's kind of a product of time, It's like when I first started Minecraft, and that's what I wanted to build. I wanted to build a little castle, and I kind of expanded out there. Made the castle town. I made the agriculture area, the shipping area, the farming area, the shipping area, the port, all that, and it just kind of ballooned from there. But then I started this project, and I've done maybe a couple minor tweaks here and there, but I really have left that castle alone because it's really kind of interesting to go back and see where you started. Look at some of your, I remember, just go back to when I started this channel. My first 3 videos were a tour of the Minecraft castle and the town and all the surrounding areas, and I was really proud of that at the time. And if we go back and just do a flyby over that, which actually I might do in a second here just to give you guys a little bonus, but how the building progress has come. I've just gotten so much better, and there's a cool looking view from the staircase and the fountain for the main entrance of the city here, looking down on the park and all these lit up buildings at night. Starting to look pretty cool. Really like how this turned out. But like I said, if you're interested in Minecraft and you haven't started playing it yet, and you're interested, but you're thinking, well, I would like to play, but I'm not creative. I've had quite a few friends or people I've talked to as well that have just said, it looks cool. I like looking at people's projects and stuff, but I'm not creative. I can't build anything. And I've had a couple friends who have reluctantly kind of dove into it, and believe me, I found that they've been very creative. Actually, unfortunately, one of our guys that used to play on the server doesn't play here anymore, and I got a lot of inspiration from him just with some of his building ideas, and that's where I really actually started thinking more about, taking a simple room and adding, just little touches, like the different types of ceilings or accented, wall thing, where like using the staircases to add little details to the walls and things like that. And that's where it started clicking that I don't just have to build these, flat walls, and I can actually take even a more mundane thing and, make it better. So I'm just doing a quick little fly through over my castle and my little medieval area here, just as a little bonus for you guys. But yeah, I mean, like I said, I'm still really proud of how this turned out. If you want to see in all these houses and the warehouse down here, definitely check out my earlier videos on the channel. There'll be a playlist about that. It'll be like the Castle Town Tour, I believe it's called. We've got our agricultural area, and like I said, I still like, especially the surrounding area here. I think this still looks pretty good. A little bit simpler, but pretty cool looking. But if I go back to this castle village and the castle itself, I mean, it's just, even these look pretty good. But if I go into the castle very briefly for a minute, don't be intimidated by, like I said, you think that I'm not creative enough, I'm not going to be able to do this. Just start playing with it. I mean, it's just like Legos. You just take this set of blocks and piece things together, and then you start with nothing, you start with no idea, and then you start saying, oh, well, this is starting to look like a whatever, and so you start rolling in that direction, and then you kind of start to like it, and it takes shape even further. And then, like I said, when I first started, I built this castle, and then I thought, well, that's cool, but now I have all this room over here, let's build a little town, a little village. And then, okay, let's go build a agricultural and a dock area. So if I go in here, I mean, look at how primitive this is. It's just all cobblestone, a little bit of wood, a little bit of carpeting, but really basic. And I remember being really proud of this. I did go back and tweak this a little bit. The dining room here. Just going through there, and I remember the highlight of this early castle was, which I still kind of like, it has its charm, the ballroom here. I was super proud of this, just looking at, oh man, look at the arched, glass ceiling and the big open area. I'm like, this is a big room. And like even one of my police station floors just dwarfs this. So just the scale and the intricacy of the design has just improved so much over time. But yeah, I mean, just a quick look back at where things started and whatnot. And part of the issue too, you got to remember, is that when I built this castle, we didn't have creative mode. Everything that you see here, maybe aside from some paintings that I added later and a couple of other tiny odds and ends, everything in this castle had to be mined and built. So, if I had to create some wood planks, I had to chop down trees, and then I had to make the planks, and I had to make the stairs, and yada yada. So, yeah, I probably could have made a stone castle, but then it would have taken, 14 times as much cobblestone, and it would have taken me much, much longer to even build something this small of a structure. And even most of the village here I did before creative mode. Creative mode sort of came into being when I started doing the agricultural stuff, thank God. Nowhere did it, because I think we just we had a server hack that Jawbreaker did where I just could pull a whole bunch of crops from a limitless chest just so I could populate these fields. That's what it was. So, I really didn't get creative mode until, because I didn't get creative mode until I started my tower city, And I remember building the base of City Hall, most of City Hall, without creative mode. But going back to wrap up this video and the series here, just going back over the city here, you know, if I had to go back and if I had to build everything... Oh, the draw distance is terrible. What are you doing? Come on, fill it in. There you go. Let's get this to fill in these chunks here just so it looks better. Come on, fill it in. There you go. Alright, now it looks much better. But, you know, if I had to do this all in survival mode and actually mine all the resources, especially for like the fancy buildings like the casino and the courtroom and all that glowstone, all that the command blocks, all the beacons, and just, you know, processed materials in there, I wouldn't finish this thing until 2043, man. I mean, I would be working on this forever. So while I do like the survival mode, I do like the more Lego-esque creative mode, because then it's more about your imagination and just the whole building versus the survival. So each of them has their points, but there you go. So I'm going to end the video and end the series here. This has been a tour again of the Crater Lake Tower City. Nice little view of it at night here. I don't do this very often. I know a lot of YouTubers will always kind of try to, you know, tell them to follow them and whatever, but I will just bring it up here. If you want to, just please leave a comment down below or like this video. Subscribe to my channel, and you can follow me on Twitter, which is at BGFH79 on Twitter. So follow me there and like the video, subscribe. If you know of any visually impaired gamers or visually impaired wannabe gamers, they just don't know if or what they can play, definitely send them on over. They can check out all the videos on the channel so far, the Let's Plays, the Minecraft tours, the hardware reviews, iOS stuff, all kinds of stuff already up there. What, 260 plus videos and counting, so plenty more stuff on the way. And hope you guys enjoyed this series so far. And with that, we'll wrap it up here. And until next time, I will talk to you guys again later.